All right, so now I'm going to give you some examples of interest versus enhancements. So you get a sense of the difference between something staying at the interest level to something moving to the enhancement level. So let's say in the area of personal development, an interest is listening to random motivational videos. There are plenty of them online. People enjoy them. I happen to enjoy them. But listening to them just for listening's sake isn't good enough. Now, the enhancement becomes is when we begin to practice some of the recommendations made in that motivational video that helps us reconstruct how we think about ourselves, how we think about our environments, how we think about other people, and then begin to shape our attitudes and behaviors, begin to regulate our focus and our emotions as a result of what we heard in that motivational video. That's transforming it from an interest to an enhancement. So the insight here is that there's not just curiosity about growth, but you begin to develop a commitment or a value aligned practice that helps you take what you've gotten out of that motivational video into something that's practical that you can apply in your life. Another example could be in your work or career. Let's say you have an interest for dabbling in a side gig because it sounds fun. Could be a little bit of a little hustle, making some extra money. It sounds fun. Great. Nothing wrong with it. But an enhancement to that would be to build a business aligned with your specific gifts and talents and goals that will support your family, support yourself, support your future in ways that just dabbling in a side hustle cannot do. So your interest is dabbling in something because it might be a quick fix and it might be fun, but an enhancement is thinking long term about what would it look like if I actually took myself seriously and took a particular industry or business model seriously and executed on it, a model that actually reflected alignment with my skills, with my values, with my talent, and my future goals. What would that look like? And when you begin to put that plan into action, you begin to create an enhancement in your life. So the insight here would be is that you're not just doing busy work, right? You're working really with a sense of calling. You're not just doing something because it might be impressive to do, or it might be the popular or trendy thing to do, or the trendy way in which people are even making money, but it's actually aligning with the long term value that you can add to a field, an area of expertise, a specific population of people, or particular problem that needs a solution. All right, let's take a look at relationships. In an example for a relationship, an interest could be spending time with people simply because you are doing it out of habit. It's something we always do. We always get together every third Wednesday for lunch just to catch up and socialize. And there's nothing wrong with that. You need downtime and you need relationships, and you need consistency in those relationships. And investing in that way can be pretty meaningful. An enhancement, though, would be cultivating the friendship in such a way during that time where you're open and transparent about a specific challenge you're facing. You're using that time to connect, to get support, to sharpen your perspective, or help you see things from a different angle if you're dealing with a particular problem that you've been facing. You're not just engaging in that social event just to show up, but you are coming to that event to get very explicit relationship oriented outcomes that will help to advance and improve your life. And quite frankly, you're entering that space with a willingness to do the same. So the insight here is that proximity is never enough, right? But you can always be close, and interest is always close. There's plenty of them. It's what you're doing with that interest to build its usefulness in your context, in your particular world that you're looking to enhance and make better, that makes all the difference.